Yeah. It be something going on. So yeah, I didn't have to cut it off twice. But in this vision, I had a baby in my hand. I told my daughter, I said, I don't know who baby this was, but I had this baby, and my dad was in the dream too. So my daddy, who has passed, he was in the dream. And sometimes God come to form my dad, but in the dream, I never had no interaction with who this person was. Like, if I have an interaction, I know my daddy from God. God always concealed his image in the form of my daddy too. And I could tell the difference between the two if I interact, but I never interacted. My daddy, he was just standing there the whole time, just like the clickbait dream. Like, my dad was in that dream too, but he never interacted with me. If he interact with me, I know who it is, but if he just like standing there and there's no interaction, then, you know, I just be like, when my daddy was there. So my dad was in the dream. He didn't really say too much. He didn't say nothing. I don't know why he don't really say nothing. Now, he did come to me and talk to me about God mad at the United States. Now, he verbally told me that, but most of the time, he don't really talk. And that dream right there, where he was talking about God mad at the United States, yeah, he was talking to me in that dream. He was talking about how God was mad at the United States. That's how he told me. He said, God is mad at the United States. Then he kind of told me in the vision. So in this vision right here, you know, he just there. So it could have probably been God in the form of my daddy, or it could have been my daddy. I don't know. I didn't interact. Once I talk to him, I know. Like, all knowledge in that realm, you just know. So me not having that direct contact, I can't really say who this person actually was. Like, if it was God in the form of my daddy, because that's how he come to me in that image. Since he can't come in his true form, it be an image of my daddy. Or was it my daddy? So in the dream, I'm holding this baby, and I don't know who baby this is. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And I told my daughter, I said, I don't know who baby this is and who baby this was, but I'm holding the baby. And in this dream, with me holding this baby, you know how the baby finna get ready to throw up. So in the dream, I kind of was like trying to make the baby like not throw up. You know how you be like, dog, don't you throw up on me, don't you throw up. So that's kind of how I was doing in the dream, but it was like in a playful way. It wasn't really necessarily like I was mad or nothing, but you know how like you already just like, if the baby throw up, the whole process of dog, you gotta go change this and change that, change clothes. So in the dream, that's what I was doing. I was kind of like hoping this baby don't throw up, because in this room that we was in, it was my daddy, I was holding the baby, and it was me. In this room, this bedroom we was in, you know, it was a bed, probably like a queen size or something like that. And the bed didn't have number sheets on it. So in the dream, I got the baby, and I'm just like, ooh, I hope this baby don't throw up. I was like, because I have to change out my sheets if it do. So that's what I was saying. And I was just kind of like, you know, just don't throw up on me, because I don't want to change these sheets right now. You know, that's how I was. And so in the dream, the baby threw up. So in the dream, I was asking my daddy. So that was my daddy. That wasn't God, that was my daddy. So I'm asking my daddy to help me. I was like, dog, I got to change the bed. I was like, dog, I said, now that the baby threw up, I said, I'm going to have to, you know, change my sheets and, you know, redo my bed. I said, ooh, I'm so glad he had no comforter and no pillows on it. I'm like, I'm glad it was just the sheets. You know, that's how I was in this dream. So I'm telling my daughter the dream. And in the dream, I was, you know, talking about how I'm going to have to clean it up. But I said, I'm glad I ain't have everything that's attached to this bed on my bed, like the comforter and pillows and stuff. I'm like, because I would have had to wash everything. I was like, dog, I have to wash everything. This dream deeper than what I'm speaking, but I'm speaking it though. God gonna tell me more about this, because as I'm talking to y'all, it's talking to me. So it's more to this. I'm come back with this, but I'm just speaking this and speaking what she told me. Let me go and get through this dream. Can I get through the dream, God? Yeah, because it's a lot of stuff going through my head, even as I'm talking to y'all. Like, actually, the translation of what's going on is going through my head. And I ain't got no pen and paper to write it down. And I ain't trying to speak this translation. I'm just trying to speak what I told my daughter in her translation. But it's giving me the translation as I'm doing it. So I was like, You know, the baby threw up. I wasn't mad or nothing, but I'm like, okay, now I gotta clean this up. I'm like, I got to clean up these sheets, and I like, well, it's a good thing I ain't had a comforter on the bed, the pillows on the bed, cause I would have had to go through and clean all that stuff up. So in the process of me doing it, my daddy, I don't know who this was. I'm leaning toward my daddy. Cause most times I have an interaction with God, and he in the form of my daddy, he be speaking, like directing me, and it be something. This right here, well, it was somebody in the form of my daddy, and it's between two people, my actual daddy or God. And in the dream, when the baby threw up, and that was like, okay, I'm gonna clean the sheets, but I'm glad it didn't get on no comforter or nothing. My daddy took the sheets and he pulled the sheets back, like he was helping me clean up. So he took the sheets, and you know, even though I was thinking it was gonna be a lot of work for me to like take the sheets out the bed, queen size bed, wash the sheets, put the sheets back on the bed, and I'm like, well, even though I'm willing to do all this, I'm thinking like, wow, you know, I ain't gotta. Well, at least I'm talking about how blessed I am to even have to do that, and it could have been worse. Like I'm speaking like it could have been worse, because if it was a comforter on your bed, then I would have had to wash the comforter. I would have had to wash the sheets, you know. So that's how it was. So yeah, y'all, this baby just threw up on the bed, and woo. Now I'm like, okay, let me get the sheets off the bed. So I get the sheets off the bed. So I didn't even get the sheets off the bed. So in the dream, person in the form of my daddy took the sheets, like to take them out the bed, and when he pulled the sheets back, the whole entire bed was made up. But the bed not only was made up, it had comfort on it, got pillows on it. Like I didn't have to do nothing. Like I was just looking, because first I was like, I didn't mind, because you know the baby threw up, so I didn't mind. Okay, let me wash the sheets and stuff. And I actually was like content and humble that it wasn't worse than what it was. I'm like, if it was anything else on this bed, I would have had to wash everything. And so even with me having that mindset, and I pulled the sheets back, well, my dad, he pulled the sheets back, and the whole bed was made up. So when he pulled the sheets back off the bed, it's like a brand new bed. It got comforter set, it got pillows everywhere. Like it was just like, so he pulled the comforter sheet back to get rid of that the sheet that had all the you know, the little baby vomit on it. The whole bed was like a brand new bed. Everything was made up. It even had comforter pillows, everything. Like, yeah. So that was the dream. Yeah, it be so simple. You be saying so much, but it be 2 sentences long. So I tell my daughter the dream, like, I had this dream, and I said, I'm holding this baby. I said, I can't tell you who baby this was. Everybody keep thinking I'm gonna have another one. That's why I'm tickled, y'all. But everybody keep thinking I'm gonna have another one in my old age, and even my older daughter was like, "Oh, mama, you'll be just like Sarah in the Bible." And I keep thinking like, I don't want to be walking around like Sarah. You know, I don't want to be in old age having kids. But I still be like, well, God, it's your will, it's your purpose. But that my mindset, like, who want to be, you know, and I ain't married Sarah. I ain't talking down on being old age, having kids. Like, you know, there was a miracle of God showing his glory in that situation. But my daughter, she always be like, oh, mama, you're going to be like Sarah in the Bible. And I always be telling them, I ain't trying to be like Sarah in no Bible. You know, I told her, I said, shoot, I'm still trying to figure out where the last 2 kids came from. Because y'all grown. Y'all grown. I got a whole set of kids now. And I'm raising them up. The same thing I was doing 20 years ago, I'm doing now with the new set of kids that I'm raising up. So, every time I look at the last 2, I always ask them, I'm like, where y'all come from? They gonna figure out what I'm talking about later, but I do say that to them. I say it to them all the time. I say, I don't even see how y'all, I don't see where y'all came from. Y'all just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, cause my kid grown, then I got babies. But I told them, like, I don't know who baby this was. It wasn't revealed to me. The only thing I know is you know, I was holding the baby and the baby vomited. It vomited on the sheets. And even then, you know, I was like, okay, let me clean this up. Like I had the nature to want to clean it up. Like I wasn't complaining or nothing. That's just the nature of the child. And in the process of me doing that, you know, my daddy, he just took the sheet. And you know how you finna take it off the mattress? So he took the sheet and pulled it back. But when he pulled it back, the whole bed was just smack brand new. Like everything cooked. It had everything on that bed. It had pillows, comforters, sheets, everything made up, everything nice. So I was looking like, wow. And then at that point, yeah, I'm reading something. So then at that point, you know, I give my daughter the whole vision I just gave y'all. Yeah, y'all. I gave it to my daughter, so I'm like telling her about it. I'm like, got the sheets on the bed, I put the sheet back. So as I'm talking to her, she was like, Mama, God saying he got you covered. He said you covered. You ain't gonna have no worries. Like he's like, you ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. And that's what she was saying was coming to her as I was telling the dream. And I was like, look at you. God got me covered, and I'm worried about these covers on the bed. and I was like, look, you just interpreted my dream. I said, you just had your first interpretation. And she was like giggling and laughing. I was like, but she was like, Mama, God saying he got you covered. Like you covered. Like you ain't, and cover could mean more than one thing, y'all, because it's spiritual too. And as I'm talking to y'all, the revelation about being covered, you know, you being covered like I'm covered. Jesus' blood, I'm covered. Like I'm protected. You know, all of that is coming to me as I'm speaking to y'all. But I was just getting y'all her interpretation about God said he got you covered from the covers on the bed. And they were dirty. And I kept saying, Dog, I'm going to have to wash these covers. But when he pulled the sheet back, it was just like brand new. Like new and improved. Because it had comforters, it had pillows, it had everything on this bed. So that vision right there is really deep, y'all. Yeah, it coming in a whole lot of different layers. It's coming to me in a whole lot of different layers. A lot of these videos later on, I'm gonna start breaking them down. Everything I'm speaking on, I can break this stuff down in little segments and stuff. But I'm just speaking it right now. And it's a lot of stuff in motion right now, so I can't even do that. Now I can just only speak everything, and then these same things probably next year I'll be able to break it down and speak on the science stuff, and the science stuff be going on. Ecclesiastics. It's nothing new under the sun. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, I'm talking to y'all later. So basically in that dream, in the interpretation of my daughter, who I was impressed, because I'm just like, you know, I'm just telling her all this stuff. And then she just like, Mama, God saying he got you covered. And all I was talking about in the dream was these covers. I'm like, Dog, I got these covers. I'm like, the baby done threw up on the covers, and I got to clean these covers. And I really didn't even have to touch nothing or do nothing. Because as soon as my daddy pulled them covers back, it was like new and improved. And it had like, what you call it? A bonus added on to it. Like it wasn't just like plain sheets. Like it was like a whole different brand new bed at that point. So yeah, so that's all I gotta say on that. It's a lot dealing with this. A lot of these videos, yeah, it's gonna be broke down even more and even deeper and even more spiritual, and even with the word. It's gonna even have the word attached to it. Now I just be trying to get it out. Also, when people have vision and dreams, it's different for different people. Some people I know, they have open vision, like they can be sitting there looking at you and they can see everything dealing with you just by looking at you. My dreams and vision not like that. Mine more, I got to go lay down. Now, Holy Spirit gonna talk to me all day, every day, y'all. It's gonna be talking to me all day, every day. But as far as like what I see, I will have to. Right now, come when God increase your anointing, it be different. But for me, I go to sleep. I have to go to sleep. As soon as I go to sleep, boop, I'm seeing all this stuff. And the way my vision is, it's more like I spy a red car. Ooh, I spy a bulldozer. And I spy a utility truck ramming into the bulldozer. Like, that's how my vision is. And maybe God is just preparing me for what's to come. Because I told you that last encounter where he said, I want you to write what you see. So in my particular visions, I have to pay very close attention to detail and to words, to detail and the words that I heard being spoken as I'm watching. Like, that's very significant in the type of vision and dreams I have. Everybody's prophetic gift is different. And it's levels to it. My dad even told me that when he was living. He even knew the classification of his level of prophecy. Because if you look in the Bible, you got Elijah, you got Moses, you got Nathan, you got who else a prophet? Isaiah. Each one of them were prophets, and each one of their levels of prophecy was a different form of prophecy. Like they weren't just like all carrying the same kind of strengths and gifts with their prophecy. Each one of their gifts had a strength to it, to a different, and each strength was different. And my dad, when he was living, he revealed to me what his classification was, and who he was under as far as his level of prophecy. That's as far as the Bible is related. And I asked God to, kind of let me know me. And I guess the context clue is my daddy, because it's in your DNA. So whatever he was, to a degree, you probably carry that same trait, of that same characteristic of the same gift he had. So he already revealed to me, to a degree, who he was under, what his classification would be under, as far as like Elijah, Elisha, Moses. Like he already let me know the prophet, that who he aligned up with, like who his gifts aligned with. And me, I'm still trying to find mine, because now God did come to me and give me the title, the title associated with seer, real quick. But in this dream, and it was this lady in the dream. This lady famous, I ain't never met her, but she was in this dream, so we got the same gift. So we in the dream together, and in this dream, I hear a voice saying seer, S-E-E-R. It screamed the name seer. So when it say seer, I'm looking, I'm like, who calling me? Somebody keep calling me. But that's what they was identifying me as, seer. So they was identifying me as seer, and I was looking, and I was trying to figure out who was calling my name. Like, I would, how the way you would react if somebody called you by your name. That's how I was reacting when this angel was calling out my gift. And this famous person, who I have not met, maybe we'll cross paths, I don't know. But this person was in this vision too. And in the dream, I was like, oh, I said, she got the same gift as me. It was like we was identified and we was classified by our gifts, and in order for her to be around me, she had to have my gift. So I knew this person had my gift because she was around me in the vision. So it was like our gifts identified us some kind of way. And so I knew that this person, who is living in real life and famous to a degree, got the same exact gift as me. Whoever this person that I seen in the vision got the same exact gift as me. Because, we was classified by our gifts in this particular dream. And when they said seer, I'm like, who is calling me? Like, who is calling my name? Like, that's how it was. But God ain't got with me to break down the dynamics of that. He just gave me a little context clue. So, my gift is from God. I don't care what y'all say. The process, this was given to me. It's a spiritual gift. It ain't going nowhere. It's here. So yeah, what can I say? So it's with me. That's the gift he instilled in me. So I can hear and I can see. I can see what other people can't see, and I can hear what other people can't hear. And it's just gonna be what it is. So and it came from God, because he personally came to me in the vision and revealed that too. So that's why I don't doubt what I see. And actually, I'm going public with a lot of stuff. I can go public with even more stuff. But then y'all going to get to the point. Y'all going to really be suspicious. Like, how do she know? Yeah, y'all. So what I'm basically getting out there video, and I'm not finna translate it. I'm just telling y'all. But as I'm telling y'all, I might well have pen and paper and wrote all this stuff down. Now I'm hearing, dealing with it. But basically, God saying, he got us covered. He got us covered. I'm putting us in there. I'm including y'all in this. Y'all better claim some of these revelations and stuff, y'all. Y'all better start claiming some of this stuff for y'allself now. Y'all can piggyback off of blessed people. Y'all can piggyback off of them and receive your blessing just from being around them. yeah, another text came through. So in so many words, you know, God personally come to me saying he got me covered. And I told you, you know, I already feel this form of protection because some of the stuff I go through, I be just, even on the expressway when I was talking about that accident, like, and it seemed like when I was going through that accident real quick, well, you know, when I seen that truck, it seemed like time stopped at that point. So it seemed like my fear left and time had stopped, so I could see slow motion this truck about to slam to us. Like, I'm looking and I see that. So I'm seeing this truck, like, it just seemed like time stopped. Like, everything seemed like it was in slow motion at that point. So I'm looking, I see the truck. So at this point, I'm like, okay, let me maneuver around this truck and not wreck my vehicle. So all of this is going on, and it just seemed like time had stopped doing that entire time. So that's why I was able to see the truck and slow down. And I'm like trying to get his attention. Like, that's why I was doing all this stuff. It just seemed like at some point doing that whole thing, time had either slowed down or completely stopped. And then by the time we maneuvered around this truck, who didn't have no power, that's why I wasn't really scared no way. It's stuff that got to happen in my life that I ain't manifested. So I can't die to everything God say supposed to happen, got to happen. Now after that, I might be like, ooh, you know, I don't know when I'm die, but right now it's for a protection because it's stuff that he done spoke that got to come to pass. So that means I'm here till all of what he spoke about me come to pass. So after that accident, when I looked in my mirror, I seen, even on this busy expressway, it wasn't even no cars around. Like, all the cars was gone. And then I see maybe one car all the way back on this super busy intersection. Like, we on 240. We on 240. And you know where it merged at, like East Memphis? Like people going toward East Memphis, and then you curving on around like you going toward Mount Moran Way. That's exactly where I was. And on this super busy intersection, it wasn't no cars around besides that truck that wanted to go left. Like the cars that were going right, all of them was like kind of going right. But by the time I was like merged to go to the left, it wasn't no cars around me, nowhere whatsoever. And then I looked in my rearview mirror, I see a car, but it's like all the way back. So I don't even know if it slowed down because of what it saw. But then like all the cars would just move. It wasn't nowhere around, wasn't nobody who I could slam to try to dodge that truck. Like, it wasn't nothing. It was just me and this truck who just out of nowhere decided it wanted to go left. And everything seemed like time stopped at that point. And it seemed like I could just see. And I could see the truck about to slam to us. And my kids, they were just screaming at that point. Like, they just like, ah! You know, that's how they was. Like, yeah. So I just kind of maneuvered around there. But at certain points, and like everything was in slow motion. Like everything was in slow motion. So I was like, okay, let me move here, let me move there. You know how you be watching Sonic and he put him in a certain place, okay, before cause he's so fast that he slow everything down. That's kind of how I felt. I was like, okay, the truck finna snap to us. Okay, let me get his attention so he can stop. Okay, let me try to do, like, that's how I was doing. But it seemed like something with time was included in what was going on during this time too, y'all. So yeah. So I'm talking to y'all later. God got me and you all. God got us covered. That's why I'm getting out that vision. I'm speaking it. Y'all better claim it. God got us covered. And we gonna push through. And I'm coming back to a lot of these videos. That's why I be posting, because all of it, y'all gonna see. It's all gonna come together. And I'm actually might in the future, once I get everything up and going, this website like I want to, I'm probably gonna have my daughter, the one that do music and stuff, she had Open Revelations. Me and her might do something together. And I just kind of help her around, like, if people want to, like, ask questions about stuff going on and stuff like that, let her do, like, direct answering through God. Because he going to answer. Like, she type her, she sit there, she'll be like, oh, God said this. Oh, God told me this was going on. Like, yeah. So, I'm looking at her gift, and I'm looking at my gift. And I'm like, oh, we might put this together, get something going, try to give back to the village some kind of way. Yeah, some people just lost, like they just out of tune with God. And so, you know, I want to give back in that sense. Like, even if you out of tune with God, let's get back on track. So, you know, if you trying to think about doing something like moving, or you want to do this, or you want to do that, you know, maybe, I don't know, I got to wait on God to direct me on what to do. But I'm looking at my daughter, and a lot of stuff I can't answer because I got to go to sleep to answer it. I got to go to sleep, then I got to translate, then I got to paraphrase, then I got to go through a lot, y'all, you know, to get the final results. I guess God want me to seek him. He talking to me when I'm talking to y'all, but he want me to seek him. So he take me down through there. When I had these visions about a kangaroo in the street, ooh, I had to go through so much to get that. God, what you saying, God? Just tell me, just clear cut. I be coming over with the interpretations, like, yeah, it's a lot with me. But my daughter is way different. So, yeah, y'all, I ain't want to extend this video. But I'm looking at what she can do and what she got going and what I got going. And I'm like, okay, you know, maybe we can team up. I ain't told her yet. I'm wait till later on. And just kind of bring it up to her like, hey, how would you feel about doing this with your mama? And we just kind of reach out and do like live videos where, you know, people kind of reach out to us and kind of, you know, just, you know, we just talk about, you know, the Bible, talk about God, and just wherever it go. Because, you know, Holy Spirit, they be wanting to take over. Holy Spirit be wanting to take over anyway. So wherever these videos go, that's where it go. But at a certain point, I know people just have inquiring minds want to know. You know, so we'll see about that. You know, I don't know. I'm going to see. But for now, you know, I'm just putting out the word of what God wants as far as warning and stuff like that. And I see how the outcome of all this is. And just kind of build and develop from there. I ain't trying to be ahead of myself. Because I can't even keep up with the vision again. Y'all warned. Like, I be doing this stuff in the bed. Like, all kind of ways. So, I'm behind. So, I can't even catch up with the little stuff. So, once I get caught up, then I look to expanding to kind of get out there and just kind of give back a little more, you know, with the prophetic vision that he got for me and what he want me to do with it. You know, I'm getting to him, but when I see my daughter, and a lot of times, like, I have to go to sleep. I be like, I gotta go to sleep, I gotta lay down, and then I see a lot of stuff. It gotta be translated, it gotta be paraphrased, it gotta be broke all the way down, which is cool. That just my gift and how it come to me. But with her, she have more of open revelation. Like, I can be talking to her, and she be like, well, mama, God said he not of this world. He told me he not of this world. So she'll just talk to me like, it be direct. It be direct with her. So yeah, so I'm gonna see and I get back with y'all on all of that. Enjoy y'all day. He got us covered. Enjoy this day. And I'll talk to y'all later.